Morning, you're welcome to the GH Today News. My name is Acquah. With just 5 days left until the 2024 elections, here is what we have coming up this morning. Electoral Commission orders recall and reprint of ballot papers for Eastern and Western regions after a leakage detected with initial ballot. And former President Mahama expresses confidence that security services and media will play a pivotal role in driving change in upcoming December 7 elections. And the flag bearer of the Ghana Union Movement, GHOne, Reverend Dr. Christian Kwabena Andrews, invokes 7 curses on persons who might conspire to rig or manipulate the electoral process. And we shall delve into the manifesto promises on social policies by the two leading political parties. We've got this and more coming right up. You're welcome to this morning's edition of the GH Today News. Now, the Western and Eastern regions will not take part in today's special voting exercise following an incident that has forced the Electoral Commission to order a recall and reprint of ballots for the two regions. Now, for the 2024 general elections, there are 328 special voting centres across the country and 131,478 voters on the special voting list. Now, the Electoral Commission ordered a recall and reprint of ballot papers for the Eastern and Western regions after a leakage was detected with the initial ballot papers. The Commission's chairperson, G. Mensah, announced this at an emergency news conference on December 1 on Sunday. According to the Commission, this has become necessary after it was informed by National Security that a single defaced paper was taken out of Checkpoint Printing Limited printing house.
That we call for a reprint to guarantee and ensure the integrity of the elections, and we call on the citizens of Ghana to support us in our effort to guarantee the integrity of the election. The Commission will engage 3 printing houses in the light of the limited time to print the ballots for the two regions, and they are the Acts, Commercials, Backpress, and InnoLink. Information will be provided, of course, to the political parties, but I think the decision has been taken for Backpress to print ballots from the Western region, and Acts, Commercials, and InnoLink would print the ballots from the Eastern region. I think it will be divided based on presidential and parliamentary amongst the two printing houses. We have had informal discussions with the security agencies, and they have already pledged their commitment to protect and heighten the security around the reprinting of the ballots. Additionally, our parties have also informed us that they would also heighten security around the reprinting of the ballots. But we would like to ensure you that, as earlier stated, that to ensure the integrity of the ballots, there would be new features added onto the ballots, and the serial numbers would also be revised to ensure a marked difference between what has already been printed and what is about to be printed. In the light of the above, the special voting for the Eastern region and the Western regions would not take place tomorrow, Monday, the 2nd of December, as planned. The special voting for the two regions would now take place on Thursday, the 5th of December.
Now, as the special voting exercise begins today, former President John Dramani Mahama has expressed confidence that the security services and media will play a pivotal role in driving change during the upcoming December 7 elections. He said Monday's special exercise for personnel of the security services and the press will signal a shift in leadership for the country, highlighting the struggles of the two institutions under the incumbent NPP administration. Now, addressing a large crowd of NDC supporters after a mega health walk at the Kumasi Jubilee Park, Mr. Mahama urged voters to support the National Democratic Congress for the quest of transformation, emphasizing the crucial role of the media and security agencies in the election process.
Abattoir yebeto aye 2024 abattoir ebesha se echina 2nd December any yesha se if we say ye bambo for any media for omo mbeye ejuma on 7th December echina and omo to omaba enti mijina Kumasi Jubilee Park ha e ka che ye bambo for nyina any media for nyina se echina omo na besha ase ene nsesaya e bagana ha omo ene besha ase eza nyame ayi omo se penalty agana for e beshe no se ne be ya enioma besesa wo yeman mu nyame ayi omo se omo ene mbo sa penalty no.
Now, parliamentary candidate of the National Democratic Congress in the Acquah West constituency, Reverend Kwaku Addo, has vowed to safeguard the ballots in the December 7 elections, ensuring a free and fair, transparent process. Addressing a charged crowd during a street rally and campaign, the clergyman turned politician rallied constituents to reject the governing NPP and deliver a resounding victory for the NDC and its flag bearer, John Dramani Mahama. Reverend Addo's pledge comes as the NDC intensifies its call for vigilance and mass participation to secure victory in the critical election.
Thousands of National Democratic Congress sympathizers flooded the streets of Acquah West constituency in a spirited show of support ahead of the December polls. Addressing the enthusiastic crowd, Deputy National Communications Officer of the NDC, Malik Basintale, urged party faithful to remain vigilant on election day. He rallied constituents to reject the incumbent member of parliament for the area, Eslewusu Ekufo, emphasizing the need for change at the polls.
I am here with one message, and that message is to Eslewusu. This year, on December 7th, whether she buys cold water or she buys hot water, this year, inshallah, is going to Parliament and going to Parliament. Oh, yeah,
DC's parliamentary candidate for the Acquah West constituency, Reverend Kwaku Addo, reassured supporters of the party's commitment to safeguarding the integrity of the electoral process. He pledged to protect every single vote to ensure victory for the NDC.
I am promising you, your ballot will be protected. Your ballot will be protected.
The rally concluded with chants of victory and renewed determination to deliver an NDC win come December 7th.
Now, the flag bearer of the Ghana Union Movement, GHOne, Reverend Dr. Christian Kwabena Andrews, has issued a stern spiritual warning against any attempt to compromise the integrity of the upcoming elections. Speaking passionately, the clergyman turned politician invoked 7 powerful curses on politicians, electoral officials and security personnel who might conspire to rig or manipulate the process. According to Reverend Andrews, this move is meant to safeguard the sanctity of the polls and deter malpractice. With just days until the December 7 election, his fiery declaration has stirred conversation across the political and religious divide, adding the dramatic twist to the race for power.
Where 7 cases are waiting for the wicked Ghanaians on the voting day. Onyame Emma Enomia Emu Odin Enfama nipa biara obekoso nobody decide say ono de obeserve ballot boxes odi bi bewurawura mu na ono obepese omo party de bedoso se wo yeti mamuni so ye semtroni se wo ye police ni se wo ye sojani se wo ye electoral commissioner na wo so ono de obemodan no de people ni bi ewura mu de ma party bi a wodo no bia onyame etenda onyame agrada onyankopon en strike se nipa no otuni na biara onyankopon ma kwanhia onhunu bi da ento no ebra won sori biem enipa bia okoto edi ma party bi no otumienu ana miensa ebro ba ko de ma party bia onyame Emma owuo ensa no wone ne ma na sefo nyinara ebre eguso count no so obi kanto na se ofagum aba na wodane no de komo bi biara send pakron accidenta ebetete ne dam amani pakron won tena wiase biem ene onyame mani ni nachi ne nkwa na nyina isi electoral commission for enipa bia o isia also on the obetra so manipulate figures obedane no say 20 or the mienu ba ku zero aka wa kwa ni 200 bia no onyame manipa otofoma opro obi biara ono so wa party bim na obehwe se ono de on pe kwampa pa bim fa so no obi decide se obomodena na ono de wawura party no de ba EC official sebia o party bim ene isi fonim ene appoint no ena wo be wie mama ne party don biara no sani pa no onyankopon a omma ahokire ene enimguase ene ahoyira edam etu nipa no onyame man strike no.
Now, still on election-related matters, for many school children in Ghana, the school feeding program is more than just a meal. It's a lifeline. But for caterers like Adizatu Acquah, delivering these meals under tight budgets and long payment delays has become a daily struggle. Now, as the December elections approach, Ghana's leading political parties are offering new promises in their manifestos to address these challenges. My colleague Nadima Umar Uthman has more.
Adizatu Acquah has been part of the school feeding program for 12 years. Every day, she ensures over 300 primary and kindergarten children receive a nutritious meal. That task begins here at the bustling Abubloshi market in Accra.
If you are going to the market all the time, you know, it's stress at the same time, so money is for a lot of money. If you buy it in bulk, it saves a lot. Immediately you ask, oh, don't reduce it for me, and I'll buy it. What's no?
With just 1 cedi, 50 pesos allocated per child per school day, Adizatu must carefully bargain for food supplies to make every meal count. But her greatest challenge isn't in the market, it's the irregular payments from the program.
The term is only 3 months, like I say, for 4 months. So before you start the 5th month, you have to be paid the 4 months. But maybe the first term will end, you are getting to the end of the second term before the first term will be paid. That's the main challenge we are having.
Civil society groups say the issue goes beyond delayed payments, pointing to a broader lack of political will to sustain and improve social protection programs like the school feeding. As the December elections draw near, both the New Patriotic Party and the National Democratic Congress are offering competing solutions. The NPP, under the leadership of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, is banking on their digitalization agenda to streamline and improve the program. Doris Gaba, a member of the NPP's Manifesto Committee on Gender, explains the party's vision.
People are paid for cooking. And you are looking at value for money. You don't want to pay somebody who hasn't cooked. So it's the key issue, the key focus of this MIS is to ensure that data is accurately captured from the school level to the district level, to the regional level, and to the national level. So as best as possible, you capture those who have cooked. And we are working with our stakeholders who are GES and then the MMDAs. And I believe these are very responsible officers who will ensure that the right thing is done.
Doris added that when the NPP came into power in 2016, enrollment on the program was around 1.6 million, but has now increased to some 4 million children. This number is expected to increase through the full rollout of the e-feeding system.
It is a desire of the government that there's even 100% coverage, because who do you leave out? You see, people always say the food is small, but we are feeding little tummies. And a child comes to school, she hasn't eaten. Believe me, she's grateful for that food that she eats to keep her at least from break time till she closes at 1 or 3 to go home.
The largest opposition party, the NDC, among other proposals, is promising to enact the Social Protection Act within their first 2 years in office. Nana Oye Bampuado is the chairperson on the NDC Manifesto Committee on Gender and a former minister for Gender, Children and Social Protection.
At the Social Protection Act, within 2 years, realistically, looking at the processes to get a bill through cabinet and then through parliament, maybe a minimum of 2 years. That I think that would be a realistic time frame to look at adoption of a Social Protection Act.
The NDC is also hoping to solve one of the major challenges teachers like Hadiza face: an increase from the current allocated amount of 1 cedi 50 pesos per child.
The school feeding had been increased to 10 Ghana cedis, yes, during MPP, yes, then we can talk. 1 cedi 30 pesos is pathetic in terms of an increase, and NPP should not even be talking about it. They shouldn't even be talking about it in the first place, more so making a comparison, knowing very well that inflation has diminished the value of the cedi.
The Citizens Manifesto, spearheaded by Send Ghana, a civil society organization which was created through dialogues and engagement with stakeholders to influence political parties' manifestos for the social sector, highlights a key demand from citizens to government: the need to provide sustained financing for social protection. Mohammed Tajuddin Abdullahi is the programs officer for Send Ghana.
You and I know how our flagship social protection programs suffer. The livelihood empowerment against poverty program, and we know that many of the times payments are delayed because we do not have the funds readily available. The school feeding program, we cannot count the number of times that teachers have to go on strike just because they haven't been paid their allowances and all of those things. All of these things happen because as a country we do not have that guaranteed funding, such that government can always draw funds to kind of support in the implementation of the flagship program.
Both the NDC and the NPP, who have supervised the program, have touted their achievements so as ensuring the school feeding program is sustained. But many CSOs believe a lack of political will backtrack all successes chalked.
Social protection is supposed to be as something that is supposed to be the right of the citizens. But over the time we are seeing that sometimes government action towards some of these programs appears that it's a kind of favor we are doing the people. Like we mentioned the free SHS, it has been something that the current president has been promising to implement if he was given the mandate of the people. When he won power, I think in the first term of his government, he implemented it. Regardless of how bad it's being implemented, some people are benefiting from it. So it is all about political commitment.
As voters prepare to head to the polls, the future of the school feeding program hangs in the balance, with teachers like Adizatu hopeful the promises made today by the political parties will lead to lasting change tomorrow. Reporting for GHOne News, I am Nadima Omar Uthman.
Now, Ghanaian political broadcast journalist and show host Paul Adam Autry has launched his first book titled Africa's Constitutional Leaders, 77 Stories That Defines Ghana's Fourth Republic. Now, according to him, the book is to teach the new generation how Ghana has been able to navigate its political conflicts. And that's all we have for the GH Today News. We'll bring that story to you in subsequent bulletins. Stay tuned for the GH Today show. My name is Nanama Acquah. For more news updates, click on starfm.com.gh.